What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Fast. Today, let's get started with Johnny Walker forced out of UFC 311 fight due to injury. UFC veteran Johnny Walker has been forced out of his UFC 311 fight against Bogdan Guskov as a result of an injury. Over the years, Johnny Walker has served as a pretty entertaining member of the UFC roster. However, while he may bring us a lot of entertainment value, that doesn't always lead to positive results inside the octagon. Sometimes, in fact, he falls flat in a pretty dramatic way. Recently, he's gone back to the drawing board in an attempt to redefine what his mixed martial arts career will look like moving forward. That led him down the path of a showdown with Bogdan Guskov, with his hope being that he could prove to the masses why he's ready for a run to the top. However, as announced by Walker during an Instagram post, he's suffered an injury. I'm devastated. A lot of hard work I put in a few months, trained a lot, and I really want to come back and do the show for you, but not this time. I wish Bogdan good luck. Hopefully he can find an opponent, because he probably put a lot of hard work as well, so hopefully he can find a replacement very soon. I know this is not good news, but I have to make a right decision and accept this and recover, come back strong. Everybody knows I'm a dad now. Kaio is my little baby. I have to fight for them, for my family, and I have to put myself in the best position for comeback strong and all, take step by step. Sorry guys, but I'll be back stronger, heal as quick as I can, and come back to put the show on again. Gilbert Burns assesses potential Michael Morales UFC fight. Gilbert Burns is aware that a potential fight with Michael Morales won't be easy. Per Ag Fight, Burns is expected to face Morales in a welterweight bout April 12th at UFC 314 in Miami. Burns recently addressed the possible matchup with the unbeaten rising contender. I think the guy's very good, high level. He's very tough, very good, very athletic, looks very athletic. I started watching his fights a little bit just in case. The fight's not officially a done deal, but I think it's going to play out. I think it's a tough fight for me. Tough fight for him as well, I think. But as Renato Moicano says, I cannot afford to lose, bro. Former title challenger Burns has his back, against the wall having lost 3 straight for the first time in his career. His losses came to current UFC welterweight champion Belal Muhammad and top contenders Jack Della Maddalena and Sean Brady. It's been 3 already. The injury against Belal, then the knockout against Jack Della Maddalena, then the last one for me, which was a hard one to swallow. I put a crazy amount of work and I couldn't show anything. I had a bad weight cut, no excuses. The guy beat me, but I couldn't perform the way I wanted. So now I'm going to do everything in my power to perform. I don't care. I want to show up in that fight. I'm not even looking at the 3 losses. I just want to show up. Sean Woodson thinks a fight with him and Giga Chikadze would inevitably deliver. Woodson has been on a roll after scoring 4 straight wins, most recently a first-round TKO of Fernando Padilla at UFC on ESPN 63 last month. Unbeaten in his past 7 fights, Woodson thinks he's earned an opportunity at a ranked opponent and sees Chikadze as the perfect dance partner. Chikadze hasn't competed since a unanimous decision loss to Arnold Allen at UFC 304 in July. I was looking at the rankings, and between who's matched up and just what I feel like would be a good fight is me and Giga. I want Giga Chikadze next. He's due for a fight. He hasn't fought for a while. We both have striking backgrounds. We're both going to be hunting the knockout, and I just feel like that's a no-brainer as far as exciting fights. And it's a very realistic matchup for me being on the streak that I'm on, and him being on the back end of the rankings. That's the fight I want next. I want it bad. Woodson competed 3 times in 2024 and looks to replicate his successful year in 2025, but against higher-level competition. That's my ideal pace for the year. I want to get in 3 a year per year every year if I can. That's my goal for 2025 is to get 3 more wins, except all 3 of the wins being against ranked opponents. With 3 ranked wins and 3 solid performances, I feel like that sets me up 2026 to be 1 or 2 away from a title shot, as crazy as it sounds. Arman Tsarukyan thinks Ilia Topuria would be a stellar addition to the UFC lightweight division. Topuria changing weight classes seems like it could be an inevitability in his career, but the questions persist about whether it will happen in the short term or the long term. With Tsarukyan potentially on the cusp of claiming the title at lightweight, he thinks Topuria, whom he shares Georgian roots with, would make what's historically been one of the most decorated weight classes in MMA history even better. He should move to 155 because he has a big name. As much as we have big names in our division, it's better for us. We're going to make more money, and our weight class is going to be famous. It's still famous. 155 is one of the best, in my opinion, has one of the best fighters because of Conor, Khabib, Islam, Dustin, Justin. There's so many big names. If Ilia moved to 155, it's going to be good for us. Whether a matchup with Topuria could materialize in the future remains to be seen, but for now, Tsarukyan is focused on the task at hand. Right now, we are the best lightweights. I am number one, and he is the champion. I am so well-rounded, and I know how to wrestle, grapple, and he knows as well. It's going to be so interesting fight. If I was a fan, I would like to watch my fight. Henry Cejudo says UFC champ Jon Jones too smart for Tom Aspinall. Henry Cejudo is backing UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones in a potential fight against Tom Aspinall. UFC CEO Dana White guaranteed that Jones will fight interim champ Aspinall in a title unification bout in 2025. If the pair do end up fighting, Cejudo thinks Jones's fight IQ will be too much for Aspinall. Heavyweight, I'm going Jon Jones. I watched a little bit of Tom Aspinall yesterday. He's got lateral movements, really good. But Jones is just too smart, bro. Jones just needs to press him, stay in the middle, don't react, find his wrestling. I think it will be easy money. I think he's still going to get paid that $30 million. UFC commentator and popular podcaster Joe Rogan said he heard that Jones is asking for $30 million to face Aspinall, but later walked back his comments after Dana White reached out to him to debunk the rumor. Jones, however, is asking to be paid handsomely to face Aspinall, previously reiterating that he doesn't think Aspinall is a fight that adds to his legacy. Charles Oliveira shares eye-opening prediction for Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan title fight. Islam Makhachev has been chosen as the preemptive winner of the upcoming UFC 311 lightweight title fight, and it was none other than Charles Oliveira who previewed him as the victor. DeBronx took part in a recent interview wherein he selected Makhachev. The Brazilian, after all, has experience fighting against both Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan, the latter of whom he faced at UFC 300, losing via split decision. Moreover, Oliveira believes that the first encounter between Makhachev and Tsarukyan was telling enough to predict a rematch. It's not even that I'm 50-50, you know? I just think that they're both really great, amazing fighters. And, you know, my point is that Islam has improved a lot in the stand-up. You know, you can look at their first fight and there's a lot of grappling, but I feel like Islam has improved a lot in the stand-up, so I feel like that can make a difference. Magomed Ankalaev sends a warning to Alex Pereira amid talks of title fight. UFC contender Magomed Ankalaev has sent a stern warning to Alex Pereira, with reports suggesting the two will fight one another later this year. After months of speculation, it seems as if Magomed Ankalaev's moment has finally arrived. He is set to challenge Alex Pereira for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship later this year, after spending a long time campaigning for another crack at the gold. While Ankalaev has long since deserved that shot, a few poor, strange performances here or there have definitely set him back. In a recent tweet, Ankalaev didn't shy away when suggesting that Pereira will have to do as he's told, as we await an official confirmation regarding the fight. Alex Pereira, you gonna do what you've been told. You are an employee. See you soon. Ankalaev has made it known that he isn't afraid to stand and strike with Alex Pereira. Of course, that's much easier said than done, and getting in there with him is an entirely different ballgame. For Magomed, he knows this could be his last shot. Given how long he's waited for this moment, if he can't seize it here, questions will be asked about his long-term potential.